too long. I mean, honestly, how long was it, Andy?
It has been too long.
It's been way too long.
Welcome in, friendos. March 7th.
I didn't have my laptop open yet.
Going a little earlier because there's an event here at 1 o'clock.
We're used to having stuff clanging around in the
Right. Well, we don't want to be a
making
bother to the
coffee.
people who are going to be using the worship
we
Can
don't
we
center.
have
say
our
what they
TV
are or
on.
not? Are we not allowed to say what's going on there?
It's the Cross like Meals on Wheels.
Yeah, Meals on Wheels.
Doing a meeting or something. So,
Yeah. So we got to do a
they
little
use
bit.
our building out here in the mornings to prep the Meals on Wheels stuff, and then the drivers pull up and they.
Do they really?
Yeah,
Is that normal?
yeah. It's been going on for a couple of months. Yeah,
On Thursdays?
every day during the week. Yeah,
Really?
it's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah. It's pretty sweet.
they
So they
prepare
got some
it
sort of
here in the
meeting that they're
kitchen?
having. No, it's pretty. I think the food's prepared at Center Cut. We on? Yeah.
Yeah,
At
we're
Center
on.
Cut, and I just realized wasn't sure if I turned my mic on. And then they just kind of like put the plates and stuff together in the packages, and then divvy it up, and then drivers show up and.
Hey, you know what I saw? So when I was down in Florida, something cool that a church was doing down in Florida. Speaking of Meals on Wheels.
Yeah.
So they have, I think they had like deacons at the church. I'm not exactly sure what the people were, but it was Communion Sunday, and they had people come up and they had these packages and they blessed the communion, and then those people went and delivered communion to people who aren't able to come.
That's cool.
Like,
Yeah.
in their homes or at the hospital or whatever. I thought that was a really
That's
cool idea.
Yeah, it is.
So.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Just never seen it before. Not saying like we need to do anything
So you're
different.
gonna
I'm
head
just
that
saying
up?
I've never seen it.
You should start the ministry.
That's the classic, right? When somebody comes and says, "Hey, we
You know
should
what
do
would be a
this."
good
Sounds good.
idea?
Why don't you put that
Sounds like
together?
a great idea.
Yeah.
Go for it.
You know what you
Exactly.
should do?
By the way, that's Mike Stella, if you can't recognize him without his beard.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why'd you shave it off?
I don't know.
You didn't have a reason?
Moment of weakness.
I don't
Moment of
need it.
weakness.
I
When are
don't
you
need
going
it.
to shave yours off, Greg?
Never.
Why?
Why?
Then you won't look like Daughtry anymore.
You guys should shave it off and save the clippings,
When
and
are you
I'll
gonna-
paste it to
Oh,
my...
that's
When are you going
gross.
to grow it? Yeah.
That's gross.
You should go.
I
When
can't.
you grow one, I'll
What
shave
about,
mine.
like,
I can't.
I'll
like a
shave mine
real-
off when you grow yours.
You got it down here. What about,
My brother's got a nice long
Yeah.
one down to there.
Yeah.
How you guys doing? It's been a while.
It has.
We were just talking about that before we started, that before I even went to Hawaii was the last time we did this. Was it the week before I went, or the week before I
Yeah, I
went?
thought we did after you came back. No?
No.
No.
It was after you came back from Florida.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the Wednesday before Thursday before you left.
The week before I left?
So you left on a Saturday.
Okay.
We did it that Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah. You left the same day I did. We did men's breakfast here.
Yeah.
So it's almost been a month because we have men's breakfast this Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the week after we got back, we did that Thursday day, staff day away at Paul's
yeah.
parents' place.
Oh, yeah. and
I
then you had that
hesitate to
stuff
say
away.
cabin because it was a house.
Yeah. It's not a cabin.
Well, welcome.
Yeah.
It's good to be here.
It
Welcome,
is
friendo.
good to be back.
Yeah.
Welcome in, friends.
You've been back for 3 weeks.
Yeah, no, I did one last week with Brax.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't
Oh.
listen?
No, I didn't know it was on.
Sheesh.
Well, no one sent me a message
They
saying.
talked about dreams,
Dreams.
and stuff.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
kind of lame.
was it?
No, it was good.
Brax had a
It's
lot of good things to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he always does.
Yeah. What's the last dream that you've had that you remember? That's
I don't know.
isn't that weird how it works?
Yeah, that's
You
good.
you know you've dreamt in the last week or so.
Of course. And usually if I take melatonin, the dreams get a little wonky.
Really?
Yeah, with the melatonin. I don't know what's in that stuff. I don't know if it's just melatonin coming from Amazon. But the dreams get a
Probably
little
mixed
dreams
with
get a little
something.
sideways.
You know your
Yeah.
body naturally produces melatonin.
So am I turning it off by
No,
taking
you're just
more
you're
melatonin?
taking more. Remember, I don't know if when you're a kid, your parents would tell you to like count sheep
Yeah.
hopping over a fence.
That works.
And the reason is because when you look up and you move your eyes back and forth, it induces a release of melatonin in your body.
Oh.
So that's why parents would tell kids to count the sheep.
So
Jumping
if
over
I
the
look up
fence
and look
move
back
your
and
eyes
forth,
back
You're
and
gonna fall
forth.
asleep instantly. Is that why
Yeah.
I fall asleep when I'm reading?
Could be.
My eyes are going back and forth.
Are you reading like this?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
If you're laying
Laying
Do you have
down.
cheaters yet?
No, I need them. I need
I
them.
used to-
Do you?
No,
You,
I do. My
you wear
eyes are getting
contacts,
bad.
don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
my eyes are getting bad.
But even
I've
people with
noticed.
contacts or glasses can still develop a loss of short-term memory. What's that called? Nearsighted.
Nearsighted.
Yeah.
No.
What's that? The nearsighted, farsighted. Which one is which?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Doesn't
No,
matter.
I do. I went in. I wear glasses, or I have glasses, but I hardly ever wear them. I went in at the end of the year, and she said you need bifocals.
Do you know what your prescription is?
No.
Okay.
Why do you? You want to sell
Well,
me
I was
some
just
glasses
talking
or
to
what?
somebody. I'm not going to out him, Jack
Paul Briggs is
Borchert.
on. Who didn't come pick up his stools?
Yeah, he didn't grab him last night, but he got an eye exam last week.
What's up, Paul?
And hey, Paul, he got an eye exam last week, and the person giving the exam, they said, "Do you always not? I mean, do you drive like this?" Because it was like negative 2.8 or something like that. She's
Oh
like,
my gosh.
you shouldn't be driving."
You're legally blind.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
We go to the.
I'm afraid to get my eyes checked.
We go to the Otsego
Getting mad.
Target for our eye exam.
Yeah, I heard Target's good.
Wonderful Dr. Betty. Wonderful doctor.
She told me to go. I think that was her. She told me to go into
Just
this.
see a real doctor.
Well, she
Not one
said
that
I
works at
have
Target?
like. She said it looks like I have a detached retina.
Oh.
Or partially
Oy.
detached, and it turned out it wasn't.
Oh.
So I went and did all that stuff for
Like,
nothing.
look, I'm just a checker at Target.
Right.
I'm just, no, I'm just-
I'm just a
Man.
cashier.
That'll get your blood pressure up. Someone tells you got a detached retina.
Right.
blood
yeah.
pressure's already up.
I know, for him. I
That's
know.
probably when it started.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be. Could be.
All right. What was the best part about Hawaii?
Whales. Yeah.
Yeah?
We saw so many whales that since I've been to Hawaii a number of times before, there's something new that it's nice to have. I'm like, I'll go anytime. I'll go and just sit around all week. I don't have to do a thing, and I'll still love it. But when you can go and experience something even new every time, you could stand out on the beach where we were staying in like a 20-minute span, count like 15 to 20 whales. But we took this excursion for snorkeling out to, it's called Molokini Crater. And it's this little crater kind of off of Maui. It takes a normally like 25-minute boat ride. It took us about 10 minutes longer because the bay that we were leaving from the port, the captain's like, yeah, we have to take it slow because there's whales everywhere. And so we want to kind of take it easy and go slow so we don't, run into them. But it's peak whale season between October and end of February.
Okay.
On that trip alone, we probably saw 50 to 60 whales. And we even heard, we were so close that we heard them singing through the blowhole. And they have an underwater microphone that they turned on over the PA system. And there was probably 6 or 7 right around us within a 20. Why are you chuckling?
You fell for that?
Huh?
You fell for that?
I did because I was
They pushed
hearing.
play on his.
I was hearing
whale sounds on his phone.
Such a pessimist. I
So
was hearing.
indignant. So indignant.
Before he even
okay.
got on the intercom. I was down below deck talking to one of the crew, and I stopped
Yeah.
mid sentence. I said, "Is that the whales?" She's like, "Oh yeah." Sometimes if we're close enough, you can hear them singing through the blowhole. And then like 10 seconds later, the captain stopped. He said, "Oh, folks, this is really cool. We're really close to a bunch of whales, and it was pretty cool."
Yeah, that would be cool.
I'm not
Sounds like a whale of a time.
I'm not a skeptic. I'm not a skeptic. I
believe you, Andy.
That those were the whales that we were hearing.
I believe you. I just
And it
think
was-
it'd be funny if they said that and then
Sure.
they just had a soundtrack playing.
Sure.
We're gonna drop a microphone into the ocean.
Right. I will say,
Turn side
Yeah.
over.
you're not.
It starts skipping.
I'm not
Yeah,
as
turn it as-
optimistic as you think. I did that. That did cross my mind, but I want to believe
Yeah.
that I was hearing. You could hear several different whales in different pitches, different songs, singing on top of each other constantly, and it was haunting to a degree because it's just a sound like no other. I mean, you probably seen a documentary with whales, and you hear the sound. It's so much different. Thinking that you're hearing the whale that you're looking at, and so that was really cool.
Yeah.
We also drove the road to Hana, which I enjoyed. Luke and Caleb might not have enjoyed as much because they were passengers driving the road to Hana, because it's just this windy, snaky, up and down road. There's one-lane bridges. I think the benefit from not being the driver is you get to look and see everything. And as the driver, I'm trying to like look at everything. There's waterfalls, there's mountains, there's amazing ocean views. There's these trees with no bark on them. There's bamboo forest. I mean, there's all sorts of crazy stuff along this drive to Road to Hana. But I can see how it would be problematic if you're not paying attention.
Where does it go to?
It goes to the furthest east part of Maui, this little town, which is an old traditional town called Hana.
Okay.
And so it's about 65-mile road up the north shore of Maui.
Okay.
And Hana's nothing.
Wow, 65 miles.
Yeah,
I didn't realize
it's
it
a
was that
long. It's a long drive.
It's a long
Especially
road.
if it's windy.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, the 64 and a half or whatever. It starts way back, towards kind of the main part of Kahului, which is by the airport. So technically, that's where.
That's,
How long
the,
is-
that's the stuff you put in your coffee.
Yeah.
Kahului. Yeah.
How long does it take? That's
It took us probably 2.5 hours to drive just one way. And then we were going to try to go around the point of Hana and then come back up the south and, up country. But we got far enough and the road was closed.
Yeah.
So we had to turn back and backtrack all the way. But what that did is it led us to this really cool beach.
Hey, Mom.
Hey,
Hey,
Mom.
Nancy from Bakersfield. Fun
Hey.
fact, my mom went to high school in Bakersfield.
Ah.
And Nancy Hickman's in Bakersfield. So
Yeah, here you go.
Wow.
I don't know if that's fun, but it's a fact.
Hanamanu Beach was one of the coolest beaches I've ever been to.
Never been there before?
No.
Okay.
It's this hidden beach on the road to Hana, black sands, super smooth black rocks, and it's only about 100 yards long, encased in these two huge peaks. And so I think it acts as like a resonator. When the waves crash, you hear an echo of the waves, and it was this really cool place. I mean, this girl was getting into surf, and I asked, because it's polite, I said, hey, would you be okay if I videotaped you getting in the water and all that stuff? She's like, yeah, I wouldn't be all right with that. This place is sacred to me, she said.
Oh.
And I get it, there's all sorts of different religions over in that part of the world, everything from, some Polynesian tribal stuff to Buddhism and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
And, as Christians, we can make any kind of moment or any kind of place sacred.
Yeah.
But having said that, there was something unique about this place. I thought it was really cool. We stayed there for about a half an hour and then got back. And
How's it looking over there?
everything but Lahaina, looked normal. And I'd been there a couple years before that.
Yeah.
And I had the opportunity to go down and hang out in Lahaina. But obviously with the fires, all the main street down by the ocean is gone. And there's some neighborhoods on the other side of the road that were gone as well.
Okay.
But they had big walls up. I think they wanted to keep people out of there
Yeah.
first, but also just, kind of cover up the nastiness for all the visitors and all the,
Sure.
And I had thoughts about like, if I could go volunteer for, half a day or something like that or a day.
Mm-hmm.
But they even had a sign, volunteer cleanup sign up for locals only. No out of towners. So, whatever. How you guys doing?
Fine.
I've just been in Rogers this whole time.
Yeah.
Hawaii.
What'd you rent?
4-door Jeep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a 22 or 23.
V6?
What's that?
V6?
Yeah, all the Jeep Wranglers are V6.
Really? I thought some of them have 4 cylinders.
No, not anymore.
Well,
Okay.
they'll have 4.
They're all 3.6 V6.
They are. All since when? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just curious because I thought
They
was that
stopped
like-
making the 4 cylinders, I think, past 2000.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. The very first Jeep Wrangler that I had was a 97 Wrangler with a 4-cylinder in it.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, I think I have a 2013 Jeep, so like almost 10 years older than the one that I rented. But
Time to upgrade.
I don't know. I think it wouldn't be worth the 30 grand that I'd have to upscale from my current Jeep to the new one.
Is it only 30? Is it car prices
Well,
are crazy?
I know, but I could still resell my Jeep. I got
Oh, yeah,
160,000, 70,000 miles on it. I could
Yeah.
still sell it for 15 grand.
Really?
And a new one's close to 40, 45, 50.
Yeah.
In
That's
that
what I would
area.
just say new price. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, would I take
Cars
it?
are
Of course,
crazy.
I'd take it, but I don't think it's worth the money right now until I need to. You know, I bet that's why I've been driving the 4Runner all the time, is because keep the Jeep
Sure.
last longer.
Dude, I got, speaking of prices, I got, I'm not in a Jeep budget. I'm in a fast food for my kids budget. We drove through Culver's the other day just to get chicken for Evan. He gets like, he can't get the kids' meal now. He eats more than that. So it's like the chicken basket, and he upgraded to cheese curds instead of fries. It was like $15. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I saw somebody went. I don't know where it was on TikTok or no, not on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok.
What? You
X.
TikTok?
Well, it was on X, but sometimes people.
What's that?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not coughing all of a sudden.
I don't know.
I don't know. You got what I had for the last month.
Everyone's got that. So,
Anyway, they went to Five Guys.
oh yeah,
It was $24.
yeah,
Just
for one person.
One person.
Five Guys has always been expensive.
One
Why are
person
people
was
surprised?
$25.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why I don't go.
It's usually like 16 or 17 for me because I
No.
don't get the double.
How?
been
When's the last
there in
time you
years.
went?
Probably like 6 months ago.
Yeah, it's more than that.
The prices increased in 6 months ago.
Probably.
Okay.
I haven't been there in years.
Man, food's crazy.
Yeah.
Five Guys has always been expensive to me. That's
Yeah.
why, yeah, it's
But
good.
the fries are worth it. The
yeah,
fries
they
are
give
the
you a
best
lot of fries, but
They dump the. Do they still dump them in the bag?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you get bag
the,
fries.
the seasoned ones are good.
And they're cooked in peanut oil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So if you're allergic to legume, you can't have it.
legume.
Yeah, peanut is a
Ooh.
legume. It's
Yeah,
Listen to
not-
this
I know.
guy.
It's pea legume then, not peanuts.
It grows in the ground.
Mhm.
That makes it a legume.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's supposed
Did you learn that in
offer
Hawaii?
tree. No, I've known that fun fact for.
Oh, because I learned how cashews grew in Hawaii. That's the first time I saw them, and when we were in Kauai a few years ago. Like, have you ever seen a cashew tree?
Yes.
They're on
yeah,
a tree. They're in like a
I was thinking
red
of something
like.
I was going to say. It wasn't.
You were thinking of something you were going to say.
Yeah. So it took a while to process cashew
Oh.
tree.
Is there
Don't lie,
something
you do
else?
the same thing.
Hub of energy production and agriculture. Oh yeah, Buck Owen and Merle Haggard and Crystal Palace.
What were we talking about?
Oh,
The Grands?
Bakersfield. Bakersfield is often confused with Hawaii. Just kidding. Bakersfield is a town that like a lot of people in Southern California make fun of. It's like it's like Merle Haggard's from there. So it's like, it might as well be.
Are you offending Nancy right now by saying all this stuff?
No, she said the only reason she's there is her grandkids.
Oh, Grands. That's.
But
what
my mom, part of her life grew up in Bakersfield, so it's just fun to make fun
you
of.
dunking on your mom.
No, that's all right.
No, only Evan does that.
Yeah,
Is
Evan
it your
does.
mom or Jordan's mom?
That's my mom.
It's your mom.
Was your mom then?
Yeah. Oh no, that
In the podcast?
No, that was Jordan's mom.
That was Jordan's mom?
Yeah. Complaining about going to Duluth, and Riley got to go to New York.
New York, yeah.
That's funny. That's
He was
just
dunking on everybody.
He was.
Even me.
He was.
'Cause
Yeah,
I'm not married.
I know. I'm like,
You're funny though. You're trying to like calm him down.
You can't.
Be nice.
you can't.
It was pretty funny though. It was good.
Armpit of the world. she said.
It was good airport entertainment because I watched it while I was waiting for the
That
flight.
kid's
to leave.
funny, man. Yesterday he was getting dressed for school, and he wears like as soon as something's clean, like he just goes for the same, basically the same three like outfits or whatever.
I support
like-
that decision.
I'm like, Evan, why do you wear the same thing every day? He goes, because I want kids to think I'm a cartoon character. Because cartoon characters are always dressed the same.
Wears the same thing.
Like,
Yeah.
man, that kid's
Or he's
quick.
practicing to be a dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Or like a billionaire, like those guys. Like Steve Jobs always wore the same thing.
Yep.
Some of those guys wear the same thing. He literally had like 10.
Yeah, Bill
of the
Gates
same
always wears
shirt.
that sweater.
And they say it's like, I got too many things to think about. I don't want to think about what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, there's a certain piece to that.
Mine's purely just laziness.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like
Yeah, we can see.
exactly.
but it's a difference.
And
Of like,
most of what I wear, I think, is free. Like I got
Yeah.
this at a game.
did you get they give
I got
hoodies
this
like
at-
that
yeah,
at
I
a
got
game?
this at the Saints game.
Well, was it free? You paid for the tickets.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but that's pretty good for a giveaway. The hoodie's pretty good for giveaway.
Yeah, I know.
Good.
Baseball's coming back soon.
What's
Yes.
the best giveaway you've had at a game, at a ball game, like Twins or minor league or whatever?
I believe it was back in the.
Best quality, I should say, not like
Oh,
just your favorite
I was going to
memory.
say a
but-
Homer Hanky.
Okay, well that's
pretty
like
sweet.
nostalgic.
I still have one from '91.
I still
But as
got
far
one.
as
They used to give
quality-
the little bats out.
Yeah, I got
Oh,
a
yeah.
little miniature.
Those are
bats.
awesome. Now
Yeah.
they won't do that.
The
People
little
are just
no.
beating each other with
or
them, right?
balls. Yeah,
The
Yeah,
little
they don't do
bats
that.
were sweet.
The little wooden bats. I had those from the Dodger game. Yeah.
At least I don't think they do that anymore, do they?
I don't
No,
ever
they don't.
try. I'm not that try hard to get there and early enough to get.
Now it's like the first 10,000. It's all bobbleheads now
Right.
too. It's like
Yeah.
first 10,000 get
Why hasn't
No.
the bobblehead run its course
Polanco
at this
bobblehead.
point?
Like,
Can't do that
For-
anymore for
like
the Twins.
And some players they'll be like bobblehead number 4 or 5. Like
Different expressions, different.
How many bobbleheads
Yeah.
do you need? But I will say one of the coolest things. Well, I don't know if it counts because I didn't go, but Pete Anderson got me from the Brewers game years ago. He was there, and it was a giveaway of a Bob Uecker clock. I have it in my office.
Yeah,
And I was like, no way.
Yeah,
He
I've
posted
seen that.
something on Facebook. I was like, no way, dude. See if there's any laying around. Grab me one. And I think he went out and bought another general admission ticket.
Just
Just
to get you the
another
clock.
one. Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
He's a good guy.
But it's cool. But I think the best quality is a couple of years ago. Jordan and I went to a Twins game with Ben and Bert Anderson, and it was the like the beanie giveaway. It was pretty good. It's like actually good
And you wore it?
quality. Yeah.
You
No,
wore
I
a
don't.
Twins beanie?
Jordan does.
I've been there when they had the
Sorry.
bomber hats.
Oh,
What does that look
yeah,
like?
I do have a bomber hat.
Yeah.
What's a bomber hat?
It's like the ear
It's
flaps.
like the ear flap
Oh,
one with the
is
fur
that-
on the
okay.
inside. I do have a Twins one.
That's an Elmer Fudd hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you wear that. You've worn that.
The Twins one?
Maybe not the Twins one. You've
Yeah,
worn
I have
one of
another.
those.
Yeah,
You have multiple bomber
I
hats?
have two different ones.
Don't you?
Good. I did have one. That was a
Should.
going away
Keep
gift
that
that my
bald head of
my
yours
church
warm.
gave me the first time we moved to Minnesota. That was they gave me one of those.
Usually the stuff that I get at the game, at some point Julie takes it from me and gives it away to some kid in a prize box at school.
Yeah.
So then it's like, what happened to this? Well, I gave it away. I'm like, okay. So it's usually how it goes.
Speaking of, so a convergence of school, not prize box, but lost and found,
Yeah.
and Evan story. Evan comes home last week with a Stanley mug,
Oh.
and Riley, look what I got for you at school. Like it was on the lost and found table. I'm like, Evan, you can't just take. He's like, yeah, it's been there for over 2 weeks, and that's the
Free
rule at
game.
school. If it's over 2 weeks, and his teacher told him, like, yeah, that's been, or whatever teacher was there. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's been there over 2 weeks. You take it. So I took it. That's
funny.
Brought it home for Riley.
Well, it's
So
nice
that
of him.
was nice of him. But I'm like, he's shopping at the Lost and Found table. I will say, many years in youth ministry, I will tell you that not one single thing has ever been claimed by a student off of Lost and Found.
No.
Never, ever.
The parents will claim it.
Where I was a junior high pastor, even the parents said, nah, we'll just buy a new one.
Well, it's because you know you're in a higher end area.
It was.
I
It was
mean,
like, it was like Edina.
Bakersfield.
yeah. Speaking of
Medina,
that,
Medina.
boys hockey today. You guys into that at all?
No.
I saw that they were playing last night. What happened in the Orono game? Did Orono win?
Great.
No,
There's a
last
service outage for Spectrum. Do we have Spectrum?
Yes.
Do we have internet? Are we on?
Yeah, we're on. No, we don't have Spectrum here. We got
I thought you meant I have Spectrum at home.
Well, you don't right now.
no.
Yeah.
Everything's going haywire at Andy's house. It's all linked to the
I
internet.
Let me see.
just got a text from Spectrum.
See if I can see the.
Maybe it's just my lucky area.
Greg, you have offline. Blind top 5.
Way to go, Spectrum.
Yes, I do. This is inspired by something Brack said last week.
Okay.
He said a cool blind top 5 would be Christopher Nolan movies.
So you're doing Christopher.
So I'm
Nolan
not doing
movies.
Christopher Nolan movies because I didn't know if
Come on.
I didn't know if you guys would know.
Sarah
him.
would love me
I know.
all over that.
I know you would. I wasn't sure how many you've seen.
Oh, I've seen enough of them.
So I went with Robert Zemeckis.
I know less of his.
Ghostbusters.
You'll know all these movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't do Ghostbusters. Zemeckis.
I thought he did.
At least when I looked up Robert Zemeckis movies, it didn't show Ghostbusters.
What about who did all the good ones from the 80s? Like 16 Candles
There's
and
John Hughes.
John Hughes.
Yeah, John Hughes. Robert Zemeckis had a pretty good run here, more early 90s. Because what made me think of him was we recently watched Back to the Future the other, last weekend. Asher watched that
Ivan
movie.
Reitman, that's what it is.
Yeah. Asher watched
Another Jewish guy.
Zemeckis. I don't know. Zemeckis sounds Greek.
Greek?
Yeah.
I watched 300 last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly because...
Did they win?
No. Again, they
Again?
lost.
Damn.
Yeah, again.
Again.
Zack Snyder, the director of 300, he was on Joe Rogan yesterday.
Was he?
Yeah, and so they were talking about 300, and I just had to watch it.
Yeah, it's
I've
awesome.
never seen it.
What?
No.
What?
That's awesome. Dude.
No.
Where's your man card?
Yeah.
Give me your man card.
It's semi cheesy.
Well,
But
he's
it's
trashing
amazing.
It.
It's
we should Mystery Science Theater.
that's
it.
what we.
No, I wouldn't.
Not
do that.
really sure we could ask people
Oh,
to watch 300.
that one's pretty violent?
There's a few.
Yeah,
well,
it's all
violent.
CGI. It's not real violence.
There's the violence, and then there's some explicit.
Oh.
yeah,
All right.
Is there? Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Blind before we get ourselves in more trouble.
So last
So
weekend
Christopher
we
Nolan,
watched.
yes. In fact, I just watched Inception recently.
See, I haven't seen that
Again. No.
Oh.
I was
I
all by
still haven't
myself.
seen it.
Nobody was home.
Ooh, you don't tell
And I
us
was
that
flipping
detail.
through. I was flipping through Peacock, and Inception was in there.
Yeah, they have a bunch of Christopher Nolan
Yes.
movies. It's like
It's a
they
great
signed a
movie.
deal with him
It's
or something.
great.
Yeah,
movie.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it last week with dreams and stuff that much, but
Yeah.
that one scene where he's at the they're doing the dream practicing thing, and they're at the
Mm-hmm.
coffee shop, and he says, "How did you get here?" She's
Yeah.
like, "Well, I."
Yeah.
That's what the essence of dreams is like. You have no idea. Like going from one place to the next, you have there's
Right.
no sense of time or
Yeah. You're just there.
yeah. I
I
had a
don't
dream.
really remember dreams very often.
Yeah.
I think it's because I don't sleep well. Honestly, I don't. I'm up too much.
Try some melatonin.
Might.
That'll make.
I have
for an
one good
entertaining
one that
night
was
for
like
you.
Count some sheep.
You guys didn't really get into dreams like premonition. Well, Brax
Well, yeah, the dog and
mentioned
the
it.
fan-
Yeah, yeah.
Jordan kind of put that in the comments.
She said like as
but
Greg
I
told
remember
her-
you telling me that.
I've talked about it. I think on here about the wolf. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Robert Zemeckis movies.
Well, we watched Back to the Future. It was Saturday night, family movie night.
First one.
The first one.
Yeah.
It's so good, man. You forget how good that is. But
know.
Asher watched it a couple years ago and kind of got into it, but like Evan didn't really remember it. Riley hadn't seen it, so we watched that. And then at the end of it, they're like, "There's a second one." And then I woke up Sunday morning to Evan watching the second one.
They might be more interested in the second one because it's more future, whereas the first one, it's kind of more old school.
No, they like them all. They're good movies. But it made me think,
I miss the
Robert
movie.
Zemeckis.
I miss the movie experience. Like the
Jordan and I
theater.
went
I know, but it's
to
just
the movie last week for the first time, and I couldn't tell you the movie that. I couldn't tell you the last time we went to the movies together before that.
I feel like I'm getting a lot more nostalgic now that I'm getting older. But that, for some
It is.
reason,
It's fun.
I miss.
Yeah.
Like Friday night going to the movies was awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was
How was that
blockbusters,
Ellen
right?
Richmond movie?
That's what we saw. That
Yeah.
Ordinary Angels. It was
Ordinary,
good.
yeah.
It's like tearjerker. It's.
Did you cry?
I thought about it.
Thought about it.
No,
I saw
it was
Ellen-
really good. It was really good.
Did you go out to eat?
No
Dinner and a movie.
No, we.
Classic.
That was number 3 on
Oh
your list.
well, I guess we did. We all went. We went to eat before because her parents were in town, and like all of us kids, we all went to Chipotle, and then Jordan and I went to the movie
That doesn't
after.
count.
So no, it didn't count. We knew, and it was the only night we had free that they were here with the kids, so it was kind of like squeeze a movie in kind of thing.
Yep. All right, let's hear
So,
it.
all
See
right,
if we know.
Zemeckis.
I'm going to know these.
Yeah, you
Okay.
know all of them. I'll tell you, there's one on here I haven't seen, or two. But okay, we'll start. Probably his most famous, popular, Forrest Gump. Shows up on some people's number one favorite
That's
movie
Robert
of all time.
Zemeckis?
That's Zemeckis.
Really?
Zemeckis.
Yeah,
I'll say 3.
you always start with 3.
Well,
Yeah, I'm going to go 4.
I don't mind.
Really?
I'm going to go 4.
Yeah.
it's
down
not
on Forrest
It's not a
Gump,
bad
huh?
movie. It's
Yeah.
It's
just
probably because
It's
you've seen
long.
it.
It's a little
It's very
long.
long. A lot goes on.
I
Man.
don't mind the
know.
length. It's just
And it's kind of that his his girlfriend or whatever. That's a tough
Jedi?
character. Yeah, Jenna.
Jedi,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's just it's hard. Yeah.
Robin Wright Penn, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that Robin Wright? Is she still Penn? She was married to Sean Penn.
I don't know.
Robin Wright.
Is
whatever.
Bubba Gump still alive? Like the restaurant? Is that still a
I
thing?
think it's still MOA, right?
And was that the Mall of America?
I think
Yeah.
so.
I mean, talk about.
Last time I was there 5 years ago, it was
I bet there's some down south. Still.
There was one in.
There's one in
Cancun.
Monterey.
There was one in Cancun.
really. There's one in Monterey. Yeah, there you go.
It's still there, huh?
All locations. Bloomington. Hey, let's go. I've never been.
Oh,
But everybody
it's
has-
all over California.
Everybody sat in that the bench up
Yeah.
on the front.
Yeah, there's
you know.
a lot of them.
They're all over the place.
Look at that.
All right, so you got number 3.
They had in
For Forrest
Lahaina.
Gump?
They had a Forrest Gump statue sitting on a bench.
Yeah.
holding.
They have those sometimes in front of the
Yeah,
Bubba Gump.
my brother has a picture sitting at that bench.
Or they have his shoes there. You could put your feet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an okay movie. I mean, it was classic. I mean, it's like it obviously,
Well, it's
especially
fun
at the time.
At the time,
Oh,
because
it's
the way
classic.
there's the like how they inserted them in like old footage with like Kennedy or
right.
Nixon or
Yeah.
whatever. So
The ping
that was
pong
cool.
scene's pretty cool.
Ping pong scene's cool.
Yeah.
So all right. So
Okay.
okay, we'll go to a movie I mentioned earlier, Back to the Future.
First one.
Back to the Future.
Did he direct
first
the
one.
second and third?
I don't know. We'll go first one.
I'll say number one.
Yeah,
Just
that's
'cause
a,
it's a great movie.
Wow.
It's a great movie.
It is.
You know, I grew up with it. And
It's been a while since you've seen it, huh?
Michael J. Fox.
see it.
not that long. We showed the kids a few years ago.
Yeah. They didn't like it.
They did.
Yeah.
Who
I've
doesn't
never
like
seen
it?
the third one.
I
I've
don't know
never
if
seen
I
the
have
third
either. I know it's like in the Wild Wild
Yeah.
West, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Never seen it.
I like all three of them.
Often in trilogies, the third is better than the second. Would you say that's true?
I like the second one just because it's
I would say that's true in the original 3 Star
it's
Wars.
future. It's
Just
you know
Just kidding.
the original.
The original 3. The third's better than the second.
What about Godfather?
Because
3?
everyone dumps on Return of the Jedi about
I
being
think-
Muppets and stuff. So
I think
See,
third
Godfather 2 is the best.
Godfather 2 was good.
One, yeah, the
Can't
first
beat
one's
that one.
boring.
The third one's really bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't Sofia Coppola kind of ruin that?
Yeah, I don't know.
But then she turned into a great director.
oh, I'm going 2.
So let's do Sofia Coppola movies. I don't know any. But I just,
I'm going
yeah.
2 for Back to the Future.
Okay,
That's
so
a
you
good
2.
one. Yeah.
One.
Back to the Future 1. Wow. You don't even know what else is on here. How about this? Here's one I've honestly never seen. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I don't care to see it either. For some reason,
groundbreaking because
when it
you
came
had
out, I was like,
you had a cartoon with real
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty decent, but I'll still say 5.
I'm going 5 too. I think that movie's just.
Yeah.
It was the CGI or whatever. Technology was cool.
I only put it on here because
the
when I
story wasn't.
Googled Robert Zemeckis films, that was there. I had no idea it was him. I've never seen it. I have no desire to see that movie still. I didn't
Yeah.
when it came out. I don't know what it is. It's like,
Gimmicky.
yeah. Same with Dick Tracy about the same
Yeah.
time. That movie, I'm like,
Right.
I don't need it.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
Yep.
Good?
But see, now we
For the
would-
time, I thought it was
With
really
now we
Beatty?
would wish for a movie like that at the theater. Now we
They
would
had-
wish for it.
They had phone watches.
Oh.
Dick Tracy phone watch.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was
That'll never happen. All right. How about this? How about let's go with the seasonal classic, The Polar Express.
shoot. I wish I could have.
Shoot.
4.
These are terrible movies. I'll go 3.
That's another one I've never really seen.
3.
And my kids dump on this movie too. The animation, it's cringy. Look, that's what Evan says. It's cringy.
I feel like the story just kind of like there's not much of it.
I don't know much about it either.
Yeah. Yeah.
Saving Grace is Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I guess he really
I
likes.
should have done blind top 5 Tom
Zemeckis.
Hanks movies.
Yeah.
And he's in a lot of
He's in a lot.
Zemeckis movies.
Big's got to be up there. That's a great movie.
Yeah, that is.
One
Although
of my favorites.
you got to be
Saving
careful
Private
showing
Ryan.
80s PG
Well, that's
movies
true.
because I
That's-
tried to show that like I
That's
don't know
true.
about a
Castaway.
year ago on a Saturday morning. Turn that on for the boy. I'm like, wait a minute, this is PG. This is not appropriate. Some parts. So anyway, What do you have left?
I have
You have 2 left.
I have 2.
I have one. What's this going to be? It's going to be bad.
Castaway.
You did Castaway?
Castaway.
Is he related to
yeah,
Tom
I wish I
Hanks?
could do that number 1.
Yeah,
I got.
they're blood brothers.
I guess it's 2.
Ooh, I think
but
they're coming in here. They're getting ready to come set up.
okay,
That's number 2. You got Castaway as number 2.
that's the one that I have left,
Okay.
and I'm happy with
Yeah.
that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's good. That was good. We watched it with the kids a couple weeks ago. It's entertaining, engaging. It's fun. So I guess the moral of the story is
He's locked.
he's pretty hit and miss. No, it's probably still unlocked.
No, I locked it.
Oh, yeah. All right, see you, Mike. Zemeckis is hit and miss.
Is that all the movies?
That's the
or the
that
ones
was
that
the
you
5,
just
right?
picked?
Those are just the ones I picked.
Oh, okay.
He's got others. Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey. I didn't realize it was him. Sarah, I agree. Terrible movies.
I mean, not terrible.
We could do Christopher Nolan next week. Oh boy, what do we got?
He did do Back to the Future 2 and 3.
Okay. Back to the Future's
Beowulf.
fun. Yeah, Beowulf.
Flight, Pinocchio,
That's his newest one, I think.
Contact,
Yeah, I saw that after
Oh.
I already had 5. I'm
Right.
like, oh, I
That
should
would've been a
include
good one.
Contact.
Finch, The Frighteners. That's actually a low key good movie.
Finch, another Tom Hanks. How many times has he been with Tom Hanks? Jeez Louise.
Real Steel, underrated movie.
But you know what? It's interesting how directors like get their favorites like that, and they stick with like certain ones. Like, oh, hold on, I need to start it.
What's that? So last Friday, we got treated to some really awesome tickets to
Whatever.
the Timberwolves game. Dude, those were so sweet.
They were nice.
They were the best seats I've ever sat at Target Center, easily. They lost, but it was a close game. It went into overtime.
Did you see?
And the only reason I think we lost is because, what's his face? Anthony.
Yeah. Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards, he left at halftime because his girlfriend was giving birth. So
Yeah. But bad news.
what?
Karl Anthony Towns tore his meniscus.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
So-
Naz Reid is going to be starting.
So meniscus, not as bad as the ACL, obviously.
Right.
Some football players play with torn meniscus. I don't know. Basketball, I mean, it's a lot more cutting, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That
And
might-
jumping.
That
It's
might,
hard.
might just give an excuse to stay at the 3-point
Exactly.
line
Yeah.
and just shoot threes.
Yep.
But he'll probably be out for a couple weeks for sure.
Yeah. So that's the bad news of the day.
When did that happen last night?
I don't know. I just saw it this morning, and I sent it out to the two Pauls, St. Martin and Schoolmeisters, because they need to have a basketball podcast. Those two.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
they were all over. They were all over. Like they got quite the knowledge.
Sounds boring.
Yeah. Well, that's why you didn't come. We tried to get Greg to leave his house.
Small
but
group, dude.
Out indefinitely.
That's small group.
tried to. All right. What else is going on? What about
You
that?
want the
Do
small
we have a
group
topic?
pastor to ditch his
What's going
own
on at
small
church?
group?
Not today because there's just not enough time. We got to be done.
Yeah, we got events happening. We just want.
We have men's breakfast this weekend.
Men's breakfast this weekend. We're gonna have biscuits and gravy.
Is the ladies event this
The
weekend?
ladies.
No, it's the 7th,
If
16th.
gatherings next Saturday.
That's the IF conference.
Yeah, but there's cultural day this weekend, the Saturday for youth.
Okay.
Are you going to that?
I'm
Saturday?
going to be.
The girls going?
I'm going to be at a different cultural thing. It's called dance competitions
Oh,
all weekend.
I'll be praying for you.
Yeah, you're right. That
That's
is
a
a whole
long-
new culture.
That's a
Those are
subculture.
so long, dude. The
Oh,
dance
dude.
recital things are
And
so long.
you know it's even longer than that.
the stares you get if you leave early.
That or if you stay for awards.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
awards.
yeah.
Everybody gets an award.
See, we didn't get to the competition level with Riley. She stopped before that, but just the
Yeah.
recital things, it's like, oh my gosh.
No, there
Takes
it's
forever.
good. I mean, we have the schedule for Josie, and then we'll
Yeah.
do hers. But if you stay there, it can be long all day. The awards though can get really drawn out.
I bet. Like everyone gets one.
They,
huh?
well, they have 1,000 categories. So no, that's this weekend for us. So I will not be at. Are you going?
Yeah, I'm gonna drive because both the boys wanted to go.
Sure.
So gonna try to get them to eat a camel meat hamburger if they
Yeah.
still have those there.
Do they have those there?
They did. There's a Somali restaurant there. I had it a few years back.
Yeah?
It's actually good.
Where do you get?
It's good.
I mean, I have to bring that in, I assume.
I'm sure there's a camel farm around here somewhere. I don't know. But it might be a good investment opportunity just to start raising camels for the meat.
I can't be an ordinance against that in Otsego. If you can have chickens, you can have camels.
Yeah.
I would think.
You can't have chickens in Rogers. You know that?
No chickens?
Yeah, no chickens in Rogers.
See, Otsego, we love America. We're free out there.
We are. But you know what? It's Otsego. When I lived in Otsego, we had an Elk River zip code. But yours
We
is
have a
Rogers.
Rogers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get all the benefits of Rogers, but we can have chickens.
It's all the benefits of Otsego right there. Chickens. Do you have chickens? You should have chickens.
I do not.
Yeah.
Why would you not have chickens?
The people who built my house, they used to have goats because there's a bunch of trenches in the backyard.
Yeah.
That's why it always floods.
Get goats. You don't have to mow.
Yeah.
Don't have to mow the lawn.
Yeah.
I wonder if we have goats in Rogers, if we're allowed to.
Should try it. Well, ask
They're in Hassan.
who
The
is.
Nielsen's?
Oh, yeah, they're in Hassan.
Yeah.
What about
I mean, it's now Rogers.
what about the Kreps?
I don't know.
They in Rogers?
They
yeah,
never
but it
had
might
chickens.
be considered
They never had goats.
Or goats?
No.
Hassan Township.
'Cause they
or
have a lot of
whatever.
land out there. So
I don't
what
know.
else is going on?
This is riveting.
We're in Colossians. We got
Yeah.
Holy Week coming up here
Got
at the
Holy
end of the
Week
month.
coming up.
Yep. Easter's coming up soon. We
Somebody
got
asked Andy if he
Thursday.
was all ready for Holy Week. Can't remember who it was.
Paul.
That's who it was. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're ready.
Well, I think
It's
at
like a month out.
Then the 9 o'clock service, I said no.
Yeah.
And at the 10:30 service, I think I said sure. Yeah.
A lot can happen in an
You got a
hour
lot
and a
done
half.
in between those two
Pretty
services.
productive.
Yeah. Well, we just
Efficient worker.
kind of planned out Thursday. We have for Holy Week Thursday. We have the Last Supper service, which is going to be in the great room.
Who's doing that, Gregory?
Pastor Doug,
Oh,
which I gotta talk to you about the communion stuff.
and
Friday.
we can take it to people now that you have that idea.
Yeah.
Friday we have a Good Friday services 5:30 and 7.
Who's doing that?
Paul,
Okay.
schoolmeisters. And then Sunday, we have 4 Easter services. No sunrise service.
No sunrise.
No sunrise service
Okay.
this year. 8, 9:15, 10:30, and 11:45 are the
And-
4. And they're all the same service in the worship center.
What about baptisms?
Baptisms will be Palm Sunday after the 9 and 10:30 services.
Okay.
So, do you want to get baptized?
Well, I've done it twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
Three's a charm.
I canceled it out.
Well, I did as I was
Infant baptized
infant
as
yeah,
Catholic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as a reaffirmation of your baptism.
Yeah. Well,
How old were you?
I was in my mid-20s
Okay.
when I got baptized.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think
Same.
I think it is more than a suggestion in Scripture.
That's the thing. If you
Like-
grew up either as a in
Like
the
Andy
Lu-
always says.
Yeah.
in the Lutheran Church or Catholic, and you were baptized as an infant, consider getting baptized again. We call it a reaffirmation of your baptism. It's just you agreeing
As
with
a believer. Your
Yeah,
own-
as a believer, agreeing with what took place when you were an infant, when you weren't able to make that choice. That's something you should think
as
about.
you say, that's something you don't have to pray about.
You don't even need to pray about it.
If you haven't been baptized,
If you
and you're
haven't,
a believer.
yeah.
It's interesting because the two ordinances.
Now we're going to get theology.
Well, right, we have the Lord's Supper and we
Yeah.
have baptism. And most people don't
Realize their commands.
commands or they like, well, I'm not sure if I should take communion, but that's the one that actually has like conditions. Like if
Yeah.
you're not in the right place, if you have something
Right.
against your brother, like there's actually reasons not to take communion.
Right.
Right.
There's not a
Yeah.
lot of reasons in Scripture not to
Right.
be baptized once you've professed faith.
Yep.
Right.
You know,
I
it's
mean, unless you're a
interesting-
thief on the cross and you can't get down, right? I mean,
Yeah. But even
There's,
then, we can figure something out.
There's someone new to the church
Yeah,
last week.
Super soakers.
Yeah, we could figure something out. Last week there was someone who was new around, and he knew Doug. He knows Doug. He was talking to Doug before service, and Doug mentioned we're going to have communion, and he said, "Well, there'd be like
Confession
a time for confession, like a moment." And It's like, cool. That's, and Doug said, yeah, there's usually a moment, that you have time to connect with God before we actually do it. And it's like, we forget.
Yeah.
If you have something against your brother, go and take care of that first.
Sounds like he might have grown up Catholic. That's what my guess was.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, do we have to go? We have a event starting here or what?
Yeah, I think. Well, I thought they were coming in, but maybe it was something else.
Oh, okay.
No, they said they were part of the Meals on Wheels.
Oh, they're just early.
March 9th, we got Men's Breakfast, Cultural Day. 16th is another busy week, Saturday. It's got the Women's Conference. There's still time to register for that.
Yeah.
They do need to know if you're going to come or not, because that might dictate where we do it, if it's in the youth room
I think
versus
it's
in
already
the worship center.
They're at like 50 already, so might be down here.
They're doing tables. Okay.
Rounds.
I'll have to tell Brad about doing practice.
Just do it right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you stop the tape, have a worship set, and then
Yeah.
That same day is Mall Madness. It's a youth event where they're going to go out to the Mall of America and clown around out there for a little while.
Yep.
No worries, Sarah. I just have to reorganize things with Brad Martin. The big thing coming up, beginning of Holy Week, is on the Saturday before Palm Sunday, the Easter Extravaganza. It's a kids and family event here in the building, the whole building, and it's kind of like what we did with the Christmas event. It's like a one-day VBS, all wrapped into one. There's going to be an egg hunt, games, a big, large group gathering thing, some crafts, and it's going to be really cool. You don't want to miss that. You do need to register for that. It's all free. So that's cool. Invite your friends. Invite your neighbors, your kids' friends, their friends from school, whatever you want. But that's March 23rd. It starts at 10:30, which is, I think, with the time that we ended up starting at last year, that we had to delay an hour because of the snow that came the night before. So it just was convenient to do.
Yeah, we got buried.
Yeah. So 10:30 to 12, Saturday, March 23rd. Sign up online. Let's see. And we got a few other things coming up after Easter. But there's a Missions on the Move dinner. It's a time where the missions team gets together and shares previous mission trip kind of testimonies and talks about future trips coming up. There's probably going to be a guest appearance from one of our mission partners. And yeah, you get a really good insight about what the mission team is up in the coming year, and consider going on a mission trip. I'm thinking about going on the Molokai trip with Isaiah Connection next January, February.
What's
Shocking.
Molokai is one of the Hawaiian islands.
All right.
And
Greg, we
I've been
got to do
talking
this. We got to
to-
do the three of us. Then we got a podcast from that.
Tina and Phil Ports, they're considering going, the three of us going together.
Let's do it. Next January?
And then if you guys want, let's all go together. And
All
then
right.
you guys, the three of us, can go over to Oahu and spend a week over there.
So how does that work? Do you guys get to write it off as a business expense? Is that how it works?
I don't know.
No, I don't. We still probably have to come up with the money
I
for
don't do
it.
taxes.
But what we don't, I don't think we have to do is, it doesn't count as vacation.
Let's do this.
Right.
Next
Yeah.
January?
Yeah, at the end of January, I think it is. Beginning of February, end of January.
I kind of wanted to go to Honduras this past one, and they went in January.
You can go in the summer.
Dude, right, Dan was talking about.
But here's the
just now,
thing.
It's like 95 degrees there right now in Honduras.
Getting the dates early is important.
Yeah.
And so knowing, because sometimes that doesn't, having those dates.
Yeah.
And so if I can plan out that far ahead, that'd be great,
Yeah.
especially
I'm
the
down.
cost, because
I'm down.
I'm sure flying to Hawaii in January isn't.
Well, it's not peak travel time though. Like
It's
it's
not?
not like holidays. You know what I mean?
No,
it's
that's true.
between holidays and spring break. So sometimes airfare is not that bad at that time of year.
That'd be a great time for me to go too.
Yeah.
because
This
with
year,
work.
it was from the 10th to the 17th, which is basically when I went.
January or February?
February,
Okay.
which is when I went to
That'd be
Maui.
a great time to go.
So they were. I could
Awesome.
see Molokai from Maui from where I was.
Nice.
Well, it's
and
only,
Yeah, the trip is only 4.25,
and that counts.
And then
where you're
airfare-
staying.
Yeah, and the airfare
You
is
sleep on the beach, dude.
About
It's Hawaii.
s-
Just sleep in a hammock.
$700-800.
Between a couple of palm trees.
What's going on, man?
I'm in.
Yeah.
Right. Got it. All right. We're good. Make a left right there.
Where's Tammy? Tammy must not be there.
No.
He should have.
He probably
must
came
have
in
came
from
in
the
back.
far. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I gotta go.
Amazon.
Go see if my internet's back up. I gotta get to work,
Yeah.
or maybe I could use
Get
this.
to where if your internet's back up, do you have to work?
Well,
Let's go to DiMaggio's.
We're
for
going to
pizza.
DiMaggio's. I got to pick up Asher. Is that cool?
I wonder if I could use my phone as a hotspot.
Shh.
Eh.
No, dude, you don't have internet. You can't. I do that all the time, man.
We are continuing our series on
Just
Colossians.
know, wait, does your work
Chapter
pay?
2.
Does work pay for your phone? Oh, because if they don't, but you use it for work, then all of a sudden, according to somebody who probably doesn't really know what they're talking about,
Yeah.
but they told me now, work can legally have access to all the information on your phone if they ever wanted to.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fine.
But you should probably
If you want to
consult
see
a
the
lawyer about
9,000
that.
pictures of my bathroom remodel, have at it. I mean, that'll bore you to death.
You guys done with that yet?
Well, we got the countertops in.
No. So
Nice.
no.
No. No.
That's a no.
Here
Is it
is
usable? Is it usable?
Get that thing done so you can buy a Jeep for crying out loud.
There's the new countertops.
Oh, nice.
Fascinating.
Yeah, and I have to.
I like the hardware.
Nope, doesn't
plumb
quite
this
work yet.
Gotta plumb the
Missing
sink.
some parts. Hey, we got parts left over.
All right, good.
All right,
Yeah.
Good to see you
we're
guys.
continuing our Colossians series
Yes,
this
chapter-
weekend. Hope to
2
see
or
you.
3? Chapter 2.
Two. Yeah.
Two.
Hope to see you there.
Don't start 3 till
We-
Easter, then finish 2, then go to 3 after
Right
Easter.
now, if you're watching us on Facebook, that should be proof that we can stream to Facebook.
There's a little streaming problem this
So
past
yeah,
weekend.
sorry about this last weekend. Hopefully it'll be up this weekend.
Yeah.
And I hope to see you. Hope you have a good rest of the week.